Well, you guys see what happens when you hit time lapse instead of video on the old smart ass phone here? You get just that. You get a 2 or 3 minute talking segment that goes really fast. That's pretty cool. So anyway, it is Friday night. It's 27 degrees. Skies are clear. There's no wind. It's absolutely beautiful working weather. This is my favorite time of year. It doesn't get much better than this. So tonight, it's a little bit of everything. We're cleaning up this hog hole that I've created here over the last few months. It's pretty nasty in here, so I need to make some room to make this a little safer place to work for me. And sometimes you ever notice when you get your mess cleaned up, you can actually be a heck of a lot more productive. So you can be a lot more productive when you get your mess cleaned up. At least I find that's what happens with me. I get such a mess in here, it distracts me, it clutters my mind. But when you're kind of putting in a couple hours here and a couple hours there, and hopefully a good day on the weekend, you generate a mess. It's just the way it goes. So don't be ashamed of yourself if you do, because I do it all the time. But anyway, we're gonna get moving. We're gonna hopefully get some joinery cut tonight. Hopefully get a bunch of mess moved tonight, and hoping to be doing some sawmilling tomorrow. So, which you guys will see that Sunday morning. So, anyway, stay tuned, guys. I'll see you on the other side of it. Well, I think we got enough cleaned up. We can cut a little bit of joinery tonight. Nothing wrong with that. I got a little bit of wane here I want to get cleaned up. I know some people hate the wane, but I tell you what, I like the way it makes it look. You know, personally. Not going to touch up the old draw knife. Good times. All right, first time I sharpened a draw knife. Young, dumb, inexperienced, whatever you want to call it. I rammed my finger right in there. It was a good sharp edge, I'll tell you that. Laid it right open. That was phenomenal. But turned into a pretty good night. This tell you what, this little bit of sheathing on here is making such a difference. The wind's picking up. It's in the mid-20s right now, and I'm not even feeling it at all in here. I can live with that. I got one spot in the blade here, right in the middle. I've been trying to. It's an odd spot. I don't know if somebody in the past. I've had this draw knife about a year. I haven't been. I actually got it from my uncle that raised me, and it sat in the toolbox for years. He had it out there, and I had to beg for it a little bit, give up a kidney and part of my liver and all that good stuff, but it was nice enough to let me take it with me. It's kind of neat to have one of those tools you saw kicking around as a kid. But you can see this handle spinning. I got to tighten this up and all that good stuff, but all it is they when they forge these out and they pound that down there, it kind of acts like a rivet. Let's see. I obsess about sharp tools. I really do. You know, I'll let a circular saw blade go until I can't get any more out of it. But boy, my hand tools, if they're dull at all, irritates me. And I find just sharpening in a circular motion kind of works pretty well. Removes a lot more material faster. But you can see where it's shiny on the back. We're starting to true this thing up. You know, like I said, who knows how it was sharpened in the past. Well, it's getting pretty good there. I like to keep up on all this stuff. You know, if I don't like to ever let my tools get dull, because once they get dull, it's just a pain in the ass to bring them back. And I've always found that as long as I keep that edge on there and just maintain it, it's just so much faster to maintain that edge. Works nice that way. So you guys are kind of hanging out with me again here. Kind of cool. I got to get all this dicking around with all this little stuff, little aspects of the project. Move you guys. Screwing around with all the little aspects of this project, you know, it seems like you don't get anything done. But man, it's really neat when you get that big jump in progress. Now, I've had some people comment about how to use a draw knife. A lot of them told me, you got to go with the bevel up, you got to go with the bevel up. I've said it before, it's the same way a chisel works. If I go with that bevel up, that thing's going to dig in there real deep. Now, when I'm clean, there are times, though, that you want to do that. If you want to remove a lot of material quickly, that's what you do. That's how you get it out of there quickly. But when I'm cleaning up the edge of a beam like this, I just want to get that bark and that inner bark off of there. And I don't want to go too deep. I want to leave that nice. I like the looks of that. I mean, this time member that's next to me here, that was one you guys saw in a previous video where I cleaned the wane off of that one, and that's just a neat looking piece. I don't mind that character. Some people don't like it. It's not for everybody, but a little bit of wane is not going to hurt your frame at all. I mean, obviously you don't want half your timber. You don't want half your timber looking like that, but you know, you don't want to do anything that's not structurally sound. But so I just like to shave it off. Now, I am barely pulling on this. That's the benefit when you have it really good and sharp. If I got to sit here and just yank and twist and scream at this thing to get this easy stuff off of here, it's dull, you know what I mean? You can be a lot more finesse if it's good and sharp, just like anything else. Sharper the tool, the less danger it is to the operator. That's all I'm doing, just barely cleaning that up. I think when you're dealing with pine or any resinous woods like this, it does stick to your blade edge pretty good. And it's kind of can be kind of a pain to deal with. It kind of gums things up a little bit. No. Just a nice easy motion, nothing real fancy, nothing real hard. Gotta get back to get the rest of my timbers that I have knocked down. Just have not been able to find the time to do it. I'm gonna need them here pretty quick. I'd like to get them before the snow flies. But no, there's nothing like a well-tuned draw knife. It really makes a big difference. Thing with your hand planes, your chisels. Hand planes are something I never used to use them very much. Now I use them a lot more than I ever used to, and I like the results of a hand plane better than a joiner a lot of times. You know, a nice big jack plane, nice long one. And sometimes I find I get a better result with it I don't know if it's because you get a feeling for it as you use it. I mean, it takes a little practice, but it's like anything with this. Sometimes I find that it's so much quicker just to break out a hand tool rather than sit there and set up the power tools and all that. And a lot of times, you know, I like the results better. I don't know if it's, I don't know if sometimes it just feels like it's a more personal thing. You're a little more connected to the project when you're using them. I mean, I'm not a hand tool snob either. I do use power tools a lot, but just something about using a well-tuned hand tool that just is nice. So quick and easy. You got to cut a tenon on this. Don't know if I'm going to get to breaking out the chain mortiser tonight. I spent so much time cleaning up out here. It's getting late, but I'd at least like to get the other tenon cut on this. And this is the one we started a ways back. So might as well get it done so I can get it in the sticker file here. Well, we've got that tenon right there. We've got that knocked down to about 20 minutes, if that, to cut that thing, which that's nice. You know, the first one, the first time you cut a big tenon, seems like it takes you all day. You know, you're just trying to figure everything out, and you finally get to where you start picking up some tricks and things like that, and it just goes, the longer you do it, the easier it gets. But so anyway, we had a good productive night here tonight. Got a lot of mess cleaned up, which you know, you got to take the time once in a while to do that in a project like this. If you don't, you're just going to drive yourself nuts tripping over everything. And I am very guilty. If you guys can't tell looking around whenever we bring the camera outside, this project has consumed this entire end of the property my house sits on. I mean, I've got messes everywhere out here from this project. I mean, some as old as 2 years old. But when we're all said and done with this, I'm going to take the tractor, put the bucket back on the loader, and we're going to put everything into a big ass pile. Excuse me. We're going to put everything into a big ass pile, and we're just going to torch that baby up. Of course, I probably will get it far away from this building because, wow, I would not want to burn this damn thing down after all this work. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to send a special thanks out to all the guys who have been mentioning this channel in other places. I really appreciate it. That really helps a lot, and thank you very much. You guys know who you are. There's a few of you, and it is very much appreciated. So anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'll catch you on another one. One other thing. Michael Kroger, one of our subscribers, has been drawing up a 3D model of this on a computer program, and he's been posting it up on the Facebook group here the last couple days. That's the Tradesman channel on Facebook. It's a public group, so feel free to join up if you guys feel like it. All the approval requests come to me, and I don't disapprove anybody. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow.